Hi everybody! Hi Tamar! Game of Thrones finale! Season finale! Tan, tan, ta, 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 ta. What a great episode! I really enjoyed. It was like setting the stage for season 7. And now we have about 9-10 months to go until season 7, but we'll keep you warm during the cold winter. So what do you think was the theme of the season finale?
It's like the obvious, like winter is coming, the winds of change or whatever. And the quote by Keyborn, I think, sums it up.
He called it.
Before we usher in the new, the old must be put to rest. Or, like Plato said, what was, and will not be again.
Will never be.
Will never be again.
Okay, so let's start with the episode started in King's Landing. Starts with the bells. Tung, for whom the bell tolls.
That's not in the book.
So Cersei incinerated all her enemies. She killed everyone. She killed Pycelle. She killed Marjorie. She killed Kevin. She killed the High Sparrow. She killed Lancel. She killed everybody. And she also indirectly caused the death of her son.
Yeah.
That was super dramatic when he jumped out the window.
Yeah, I think the first character in the story that commits suicide.
As he was watching this, what was the Sept of Baelor with smoke, I don't know, it seemed like 9/11. Cersei bin Laden Lannister.
Yeah, yeah.
And Tommen, you gotta feel bad for the guy, for the kid. He was mangled by the system. He didn't want to be put in this situation. He wasn't groomed for leadership in any way.
The realization of that now he's on the side of the bad people. Like he's on the side of his mother, who destroyed the place of worship.
And killed his wife. She killed his wife, and we know he loved his wife. So he said, "Fuck it, I can't handle this."
Yeah.
Just couldn't handle it. There's no king anymore in the 7 kingdoms. There's no 7 kingdoms anymore, basically.
So Cersei is now, in a way, she's going full Stalin now. Because Stalin, it is known, after his first wife died.
How did she die?
She committed suicide. He said after the funeral, she was the last humanity in me, like she was the last part of humanity left inside of me. Now she's gone. I lost all empathy. So now she's going full Stalin. She has no emotions anymore. She has no redeeming qualities. She's just a paranoid ruler, a bloody queen, a bloody Cersei.
A bloody Cersei?
In history, she set a precedent by being a single ruler, a queen, single ruler.
Female single ruler.
Female single ruler, like Cersei. She sets a precedent. What was will not be again. Now she's a queen first of her name. So she's not like filling in the
not
space.
regent. And who ruled after Bloody Mary?
She persecuted the Protestants.
Ooh.
And I can see Cersei now.
I think she already prosecuted them and burned them alive, the Westerosi Protestants, because basically the new faith with the High Sparrow, they kind of broke away from the old church in a way. It's like the Protestant Reformation in a way. So the High Sparrow, up until like 15 minutes into the episode, he was the de facto ruler of King's Landing. And you could see at those final moments of dread in the High Sept that even though he has been fighting Cersei and winning for 2 seasons now, Marjorie tells him, "You don't know what you are up against." He didn't understand Cersei until the end.
He underestimated Cersei.
Right.
He played the game, but she broke the rules.
Right, like he won the game within the rules of the game.
Using her mistakes.
But she said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna bomb everybody, bomb everything."
Yeah.
So that was incredible, like when he was incinerated, like his soul went up to the gods. High Sparrow.
Trying to do a seven-pointed star. I like the trial, Loras' trial.
Okay.
I saw it not only as a trial against Loras and his sin, but like as an indictment towards the nobility class. Like a checks and balances. Okay, you broke the rules, now you are humbled,
Right.
and you will relinquish your claim, your nobility status.
It was cruel.
It was cruel.
And he got like a mark, like a tattoo now. He didn't want that.
Yeah, and symbolically, the High Sparrow said, the warrior punishes, but the mother forgives.
Right.
But it was a mother that destroyed.
That did not forgive.
That did not forgive.
So instead of a mother's mercy, they all got a mother's revenge. Cruel revenge, best served, super hot, incinerating hot.
And green. Also, it's a dramatic moment in terms of the reality of this world. The main place of worship, like the Vatican, let's say, sort of,
Right.
of this kingdom.
The
like
main church of the land.
The main church of the land. Like the place that the gods chose as their place of dwelling is
Right.
destroyed. So it could be like a foreshadowing for a crisis of faith. So that reminds me like the destruction of the Second Temple. Judaism needed to create basically a new religion that is based on scripture.
Because their house of worship was destroyed.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like the correct comparison, but in terms of the crossroads, like the watershed moment.
For the faith.
For the faith, yeah, for the religion, you know.
Established religion, right.
Yeah. So maybe there will be a religious vacuum needed to be filled.
Is there another religion in Westeros?
The Lord of Light.
Lord of Light.
I know that.
Okay, I knew that. So on the surface, Cersei has won. All her enemies are dead. She is queen by right, sole ruling queen. Is at her highest point. This was her role in the story according to her role in history.
Yeah.
She always dreamt of ascending the Iron Throne. This is like Daenerys conquering the Seven Kingdoms and becoming queen in the eyes of Cersei.
Yeah.
She is here. She has everything.
But
But
she's stupid.
she's stupid.
Don't forget that.
Right.
She's stupid. On the surface of things, like you said, she's on her zenith, you know.
Right.
She's on
Top of the world!
Top of the world, sitting on the Iron Throne. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah.
Not
But
you.
the reality, the political reality is that she is a queen only in King's Landing. She has no allies outside of King's Landing.
Right.
So
Only enemies.
only enemies, yeah, that detest her. Not just
Right.
that see her as illegitimate ruler, that detest her.
And want to kill her.
So Keyborn could declare all he wants, that she is like the protector of the Seven Kingdoms and the queen, but her rule is only in the radius of the city. Outside of the city, she has no allies.
Right. So she might dress like Tywin, but she ain't no Tywin. No, she ain't. And you could see the scene where she tortured the Septa, basically also saying that she's no better than her enemies, than the High Sparrow. Like, we felt bad for her and Loras for being tormented and tortured, but she's doing the same.
I didn't feel bad about it.
Because you have no emotions,
No.
Itamar.
I have emotions of hate.
Okay. And maybe when Robert Strong comes in and removes his helmet, basically the mangled and demonic face is a mirror of Cersei's face. She can only rule through brute force because power is power. Her and Robert Strong are in some way one now. And when her 3 children are now gone, what does she have that connects her to Jaime?
He has to find out that she has no love in her left, and he is still in love.
But we'll talk more about that in our prediction video for season 7. And maybe just to show us a little bit more how much the Lannisters are losing all their allies, their prime ally in the Riverlands, Frey, is dead.
No need for that. Frey pie confirmed.
Confirmed! So Arya,
Taste of the Frey pie, you know what I'm saying?
so Arya motherfucking Stark, there was a lot of speculation that she was going to murder the man who murdered her entire family.
Yeah.
I actually did not see that coming during that scene. I did not.
No,
I did not. Only when she removed her face, I went, what the fuck?
the minute he said, "Hey, you're not one of mine," I said, "Oh, okay, that's Arya."
No.
And the minute she said, "No, Lord, they are all here," I said, "Oh, confirm."
I thought, where are they? Did you see the orgasm that she got when she murdered him? That was super creepy.
Assassin-gasm.
Right. So I don't know. I think she's like the Lady Stoneheart of the show. She's on a mission of revenge, and all the people on her list will have to die Cersei, you're on notice.
Yeah.
Your days are numbered.
But-
Okay, so let's go to the north. King in the north! King in the north! King in the north! That's it. You said that Sansa was going to be queen, but he's the king. King in the north. Boom. You didn't call it. This is confirmed. That's it. Boom. Called it. Meh, meh. Debunked.
There are still 2 seasons
It's
to go.
over. He won everything. He's the king. They said the words "king in the north."
This
That's
is,
it. Boom. That's
Season
all.
6. It's not over yet. The show still is called Game
the
of Thrones.
winner.
There's still a
He's
game
the
to be played.
King in the north. King in the north. King in the north.
So we were wrong for this season.
For this season.
But I think there are still too much of a foreshadowing.
Under the surface, you see Littlefinger and Sansa exchanging looks, right? And at the beginning of the episodes, Jon tells Sansa, "You now go live in the room of your father and mother, the room of the ruler of Winterfell."
Yeah. She's the Stark in Winterfell. And
Right.
there's always need to be a Stark in Winterfell.
Right, and Littlefinger tells her what his end game plan is. He finally calls it.
Yeah, he wants her as queen, and he's like setting the stage for the propaganda. He is a bastard from the south,
From the south, he's
From the
not even a
south.
northerner.
Yeah,
That's what he
yeah.
says.
and you are like the truly Stark, the only living survivor of the Stark.
I think Littlefinger would just let go of his dream and say, okay, King in the North. That's it. King in the North! King in the North! No.
So-
That's it. Game over.
Expect scheming and conniving next season.
So if you hated Sansa up to now, I think you're gonna hate her a lot more next season. I think she's gonna backstab Jon in
No,
some way.
I'm not sure about that. I still think that she will end up being queen, and we already have a precedent for that, a ruler queen, single ruler queen, and I don't think and I hope it will not be Daenerys.
So I asked you before, but you didn't answer. So who ruled after Bloody Mary?
Elizabeth I.
Do you see any resemblance between Elizabeth I and Sansa?
Yeah, we made a video about it.
Okay.
Very popular video.
Very popular
You
video.
should see it.
So you could say that Littlefinger puts the idea in her head that she will be queen, because I got a little bit ahead of myself. I thought that she had it in her, but apparently she's not too interested in ruling right now. She just wants to be safe.
Also, Jon,
He's the king in the north!
he's not so
King in
sure
the
about
north!
that. This whole scene was a mirror image to the first season, episode 9. How the-
King in the north!
So Rob was king in the north. How that turned out for him.
King in the north.
But truly, is now he is the king in the north, but a wartime king. Like, I don't see him, and I hope not, because it's like a totally different story now. He needs like to go through the process of like Daenerys, with creating allies and getting married
Right.
and ruling.
Scheming.
And that was the downfall of Rob. He ignored that because he was a wartime king, and he was like, I'm a winner, a battlefield
Right.
commander winner, so
So Jon is the king that the North needs at this time, because winter is here and the monsters are coming. So he can unite all the other houses for the real purpose and the real war that is to come.
yeah. I always go back to the saying of he with a capital H. He said, in all fantasies, or most fantasy stories, a good person is like a good king.
Right.
But in history, and he said that, in history, being a good person doesn't make you
Usually the opposite.
a good queen, a good king. Usually the opposite, exactly.
Right. So when Jon told Sansa that she will be the one who will be staying in the room of the ruler of Winterfell, if he were a king, he would have said, no, this is mine. I need to establish my rule and my reign. But he doesn't care about that. He's not into ruling just for ruling's sake and for having power. No, he's there for the battle to come.
Yeah, he's on a mission. He knows what he's going to face.
In the north, but obviously he didn't see that Littlefinger and Sansa were exchanging these looks, and also Sansa was pretty smart that she didn't rebuff completely Littlefinger's advance. She told him, okay, maybe later, maybe
That's a nice
later.
picture. Yeah.
Nice picture, okay, because she needs him.
Yeah, she still needs.
She needs him, right?
Yeah.
That's what you said. I know.
it was confirmed in this episode that Jon is not even a Stark, but a Targaryen.
So basically, Ned didn't cheat on Caitlyn.
No.
He lied all these years because he made a promise.
Yeah, square to the end.
Right. So he lied to his wife, made her miserable, ruined basically the life of Jon because
promised.
now Caitlyn hated him.
He promised.
But he promised. What a fool.
Upon his honor.
What a
His
fool.
honor is the most important thing. Stability,
Family.
peace, family. No, Ned's honor, it's the most important thing.
This is a story about Ned's honor and the negative reverberations of his honor. So when R plus L equals J, it means that Jon is part ice and part fire. He could still be a bastard, by the way, if they weren't married, I guess. But Daenerys is only fire, the White Walkers are only ice, and he's in between, so he is basically the solution to the problem.
Yeah, the peacemaker.
The peacemaker.
Yeah, but not ruler.
King in the North! Let's go to Jon's friend in Old Town, Samuel Tarly, Samwise Gamgee.
I love that part in the episode. This scene established like something that is very foreign and weird in this world.
In a feudal fantasy
in a feudal
world.
fantasy world. Like Sam is going inside this magnificent place.
Right.
And the first person that greets him is a bureaucrat.
Not a knight, not a guard.
And it's so Kafkaic,
Kafkain?
from Kafka, whatever.
Okay.
Like this, okay, so the Lord Commander sent you.
Who is the Lord Commander?
Let me check. That doesn't appear in my notes, so I will have to talk with the manager.
Right.
I will have to call the manager.
Right.
But you can use our library.
Right. It's like the DMV. Like you get there and it was like,
Yeah.
yes, sir, please wait.
Yeah.
Like what's on the computer is more real for them than what's real in real life. They didn't even know that that Mormont, Lord Commander Mormont, was dead.
Yeah, that happened 3 seasons ago.
What the fuck? So
Yeah.
they know nothing.
Yeah, so that's why I liked it, this part as well, because
Okay.
it was very symbolic of this place being this truly ivory tower, literal ivory tower.
In what? It's made of ivory.
A symbolic ivory tower. Like there's all of this knowledge,
Incredible library.
amazing library with the lights, like maybe it's also symbolic, like the light on the books, enlightenment and stuff like that. But all of this knowledge is closed inside, and they don't even know who is the king, who is the Lord Commander.
Right.
King's
They don't
Landing
even
is
care
burning.
about that. They're into
dragons-
their own shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So it seems that they are basically into gathering knowledge, but not necessarily using that knowledge for anything.
Yeah. It correlates with medieval history.
Okay.
Like the church, the monasteries held so much knowledge from ancient times, but they didn't share. They just, replicated it and copied it and studied it
For their own use.
For their own use, they didn't saw something practical in it.
Okay.
Just maybe as a tool to understand the gods or something like
Okay.
that. The moment this knowledge was spread out with the print and press revolution, etc., then modernity started to come.
And I think Sam's actor, he has a great comedic timing. I liked him.
He got like a true medieval nerdgasm, Westerosi nerdgasm. Like, I love pussy, but not as much as I like books. No point.
That's very sexist. It is. Okay, on to Meereen. This is the last that we've seen from Essos ever, I think, in the show. So now Daenerys on her ships with her dragons. She has like the best cavalry ever, Dothraki. She has the best foot soldiers ever. She has the best navy ever with the ships, and she has an incredible air force. And now she has allies in Westeros.
And a dwarf.
So who will be able to stop her? She's going with all, you can see all the ships. Incredible. She's winning. King in the South. Queen in the South.
In the east.
Queen in the South.
In the-
Boom. Call it. Confirmed. Daenerys will be queen. Jon will be king.
This is
They will
season
marry.
6.
They will marry.
This is season
They will be
6.
happy. They will have children. Everything will be fine.
No,
They will, yes.
no. Too much foreshadowing.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
Tyrion Also in his high place, Hand of the Queen.
Hand of the Queen.
Mhm.
She
Finally.
respects him.
Someone that respects Tyrion and acknowledges his political skills.
Right.
Like Dario said, the dwarf told you to say that. No one can tell me. Come on. What did I do, Tyrion? I did well. Yeah, fine. And also, when before he knelt, they were on equal grounds. He was in her height when they.
Yeah, I got that. I got that. There's a picture here. Everybody gets that.
Great.
So Dario first tells her, the lords of Westeros will fear you. So all the characters that we love in Westeros, they are going to see Daenerys as a foreign enemy with a dangerous army.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyrion tells her, you will have to marry. So she has to break up with Dario. So she puts part of herself in a cage that didn't work so well the last time around.
Yeah.
And he tells her, I believe in you. Finally, I've been a cynic all my life, but you are the one that was promised. You will be the ruler that Westeros needs. You will unite everybody, and everything will be fine. Tyrion said so.
Yeah.
Boom.
I think he's making a mistake believing in her, and there are too many foreshadowing. Like he always talks about, remember that you are the daughter of a madman.
Can't he let her off the hook?
Remember, you are the daughter of a madman. Remember, madman. Remember, the memento mori. Like we said, when a Roman general got his triumph, his parade after a lot of conquests.
Right.
Hero on the golden chariot, everyone is cheering, but there is the slave behind him, whispering, memento mori. Remember that you are mortal. Don't be crazy. Don't think that you are above the gods. Valar Morghulis, all men and women must die.
So he's actually giving her good counsel.
Yeah.
Telling her always to stay on firm ground. Don't get too much ahead of herself.
Yeah. Don't lose it. Power is a drug that can fuck you up. It's addictive and it's like a hallucinatory drug. So they left the Bay of Dragons.
Okay.
They need to update the maps now.
No more Slavers Bay.
No more Slavers Bay. This is a part of her being this revolutionary, changing the names, Right. St. Petersburg is Leningrad.
Stalingrad.
Volodymyr is Stalingrad. Like the French revolutionaries, they changed the name of the months. They changed the weeks. They changed the holidays. They changed everything.
Why?
The past was oppressive.
Okay.
So we need to break the relics.
Okay. So after the Valyrians used the dragons in order to create an empire based on slavery, now the dragons are a force for freedom, a liberating force.
That remains to be seen.
That remains to be seen, to be continued.
Yeah. So Dany confesses to Tyrion that she feels nothing. She has no emotions, like Cersei. Like Jon even, maybe.
Right, so in the north, winter is coming, and now summer is coming over. That's like a zero-sum game. There can't be a summer and a winter unless they both marry and have children and are happy forever after. Boom.
That's disgusting.
Solved it. Confirmed. And maybe something will happen to Daenerys on the way. Maybe a storm will come, a Euron, the storm will come in season 7.
Daenerys, the narrow sea. Daenerys, the narrow sea.
Okay, but we'll talk more about that in our prediction video for season 7.
So what about Varys' teleportation ability, huh?
Okay, so let's wrap it up. If you enjoyed the video, please click like. When you like our videos, it makes them have more views, more people can see them, so that would be a big help. And you should definitely subscribe to get our season 7 prediction video, political breakdown, character breakdown, magic breakdown, a summary of all our predictions and how they went this season, and a Q&A, a lot of season reviews, and a lot of content.
But Gil, you promised me a vacation right now.
Every week a video, every week during the off season.
You said
every week. So go to Patreon if you want to sponsor our show. There's a link in the description if you want to become a patron, or you can just go to patreon.com/GoT Academy. And some viewers have actually asked for a t-shirt that said, what was will never be again. So if you want to buy such a shirt, we don't have one yet, so maybe mention in the comments, and then we'll design a shirt, and you can purchase it if you want.
That's not a real sword. That's fucking shit.
We'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.